Sounding good, Dennis. Wait for some more folks to join.
You hear this all right?
Yeah? We'll be starting soon, folks. Go ahead and keep playing, Dennis. It sounds amazing. Absolutely incredible, Dennis. We're almost starting, ladies and gentlemen. Almost there. Thanks for waiting and patiently listening to Dennis Hamm here playing the Rhodes keyboard. Stage 73 V2. Go ahead and play just a little bit longer, Dennis, and I'll get.
Sure.
We'll get.
Let's do another one here. Okay, that one's intense.
All right. Very cool, Dennis. Thank you so much.
Cool.
Thank you so much for your amazing playing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dennis Hamm, Grammy-nominated jazz pianist, composer, and producer based in Los Angeles. He's been playing since he was 4, which is quite some time. You can hear it in his playing. He started playing professional at 18, and man, this gentleman's worked with artists such as Thundercat, Alice Smith, Nowhere, Flying Lotus, Kenny Loggins, Chris Cornell. I mean, you can elaborate if you would like more, Dennis, but it's a pretty long, extensive list. I don't know if I should go through everything.
No.
But he's been playing. I actually saw him live play one time in San Francisco. Come to find out, for Thundercat, quite some time ago. and that was pretty cool. So that was a pleasure. We're going to go ahead and showcase the Stage 73 V2 today, the second rendition of the Stage 73V, located in the V Collection 8 software. The full bundle of 28 instruments. Again, you have an intro price up until January 10th. You got a few more days left to grab this amazing bundle. Its normal price is $5.99 in MAP USD, and it's an incredible pack of pianos and, of course, Rhodes here, which we're going to go ahead and focus on today. Tons of synths, yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Yeah, so if we jump into the synth itself, or the Rhodes program itself, this is all DSP, mind you. This is not samples, so it doesn't take snapshots of the actual recordings. It's actually DSP algorithm, so it's a special TAE technology in which Arturia runs with, and we've been doing it for 20 years. It showcases in all our effects collection from our most of our V collection instruments. And yeah, let's get into it. Let me share my screen here. 1 second, and boom. So if I check it out here, okay, we're gonna go ahead and go through some of the parameters. Let's start with the stage controls. You have two different variations, okay? There's a stage and a suitcase. So if we take a look at the different variations, they look a little bit different, as you can see. We've made some additions from the last version. We've beefed up the sound, made it more realistic, more creative, and all the advanced parameters you can see here. Advanced is what what Dennis is going to elaborate on as well. The effects, a whole effects section similar to the Mellotron and the organ section, the organ instruments as well. Tons of abilities for you to customize your sounds and create variations. So if I go into the stage, for example, let's take a look. There is a bass boost and a volume under the 74 and above stage. So from the year 1974, the Rhodes had a form of the bass boost and the volume in which it was a low shelf to boost the lows. If I actually click this here and go to before in the 73, this bass boost becomes a tone knob, which actually is a low pass filter to filter out the highs. It's a little bit of a different way to modify the sound, gives it a little bit of a different tone. And the volume here hits the before the effects is a volume knob here. So if I go to suitcase, there's some more controls. Okay, you've got volume. Before you go into the effects once again, you've got a high shelf and a low shelf for the treble and bass EQ here. Intensity is how much of a depth of the vibrato that you want in the variation of the waviness or the intensity of it. And so you've got the switch between tremolo off and on, and of course the speed, which the speed of the tremolo goes faster or slower is what I'm saying with the waviness, I like to call it in my own terms. And these things are lush and incredible. We're going to go ahead and go into the advanced panel a little bit now. And Dennis Hamm has basically created, and what is included in the V Collection 8, which is included in the Stage 73 V2, is his presets, which he's designed very creatively. He'll elaborate more on that as well. Right, Dennis? You there?
Yep, right here.
Nice. Yeah, so if we get into it, let's go ahead and take a look at the advanced parameters. There's a model you can see here in which you can choose Classic A, Classic B, High Tines, Main, Mark VA, Mark VB, and Modern. Different models in which to kind of see what kind of Rhodes you're looking to use. Each one selects the engine presets created to imitate reference models in which are chosen here. Next is the output combo. This is pretty cool, where you select actually a mono signal, a stereo, or a room mic type of sound, and that gives you different variations of tonality. Dennis will elaborate more on the advanced panels, and of course the settings, the tunings set the global tuning of the instrument as well. And you can set that to 440, 432, 450. I mean, whatever you want to actually design that to be in variations of tuning itself. Yeah. And then there's hammer hardness. Changes the material of the hammers from soft felt to a metallic hammer. And Dennis, you want to elaborate on that a little bit?
Maybe we could, it'd be cool to...
Oh, let me share the screen for you. Let me take off the share in the screen here. Stop sharing. Okay, go ahead and share your screen.
Yeah. Okay. So we're on the hammer hardness, right? So I've got that pretty high right now. Sometimes with the real roads, depending on the age of the roads, if it's really old and beat up, the hammers will be harder. So if you want to make your roads sound old and neglected, you turn up the hammer hardness, or you make it sound like felt. Yep.
Cool.
Let's see. Okay, so like the other advanced features here with the mechanics, this is replicating what a tech would deal with when he's getting his tools on the inside of a roads. Pickup distance is going to be the distance between the pickup and the actual time on each key, but here we get to adjust the entire roads at the same time. So this is a roads tech's dream here, to be able to do that all together. When it's really up on, when the pickup is really up on the time, there's a lot of bite. It's almost like a distorted sound, but that's accurate to what a real roads would be. And then when you get further away, anyway, it's pretty interesting to be able to use that in a creative sense as well. Pickup alignments, I believe that's left and right. Like how far the pickup is to the left or to the right of the time.
Right.
Also some interesting character there. And it's amazing that this is all done with modeled sounds. I mean, it's all
right.
done, it's not samples we're dealing with here. Damper duration, let me fix this, let me get back to a normal sound here. Let's do this one. So damper duration has to do with the damper, or how quickly the damper hits is dampening the time. So how quickly the felt touches the tine after you play the note. If you've played a beat up roads as well, you know if the felts are worn out or the damper pedal is worn out and takes a while to get back to dampen the time, that's what it would sound like. So you can adjust that here. Okay, and then we have
Pickup noise.
yeah, pickup noise.
Which is like a hiss from the pickup circuit, a noise from the pickup circuit, right?
It's like a hiss sound.
Oh,
Line noise.
Line noise, right.
Mm-hmm. And then we have hammer noise. like the thud sound of if you had a microphone inside the instrument. So I typically like to keep that down all the way. Time noise. That adds a bright bell-like resonance of the tines, both on the attack and during the release. I don't know if you can hear those subtleties. And then the damper noise is the actual sound of the damper hitting the tine, and when it's released here. You hear it coming off.
Right.
Cool. And then dynamics has to do with bringing up the quiet sounds or bringing down the loud sounds. So if you, for instance, if you have a bunch of damper noise and tine noise, and you want that stuff to be brought out more, I would turn the dynamics down. So anyway, it's pretty fun to play between those parameters. And then tone bar resistance, I believe that resonance, sorry, tone bar resonance has to do with the higher frequencies, the decay of the higher frequencies. So. Yeah.
Nice. Pretty in depth.
I'm going to give you back the screen here.
Okay. Yeah. I think at this point, I'd like to show the velocity curve a little bit. You can see here, you can create a different velocity curve for any type of preset that you have, and there's a bunch of points you can put towards and create a different variation. But if you see how I play the keyboard now, you can see where it's hitting. Well, it's kind of hard to see there, but you can see the little dots coming through. Or if I actually put their velocity up a little bit here, you can see it. You can see where it jumps up in velocity. Stays pretty low down here. And create accents and dynamics. So yeah, that's basically that. Dennis, you want to go through some of your presets by chance? Some of your...
Well, let's take a look.
Yeah?
Some of the things that are possible here.
Okay. How many presets did you produce, by the way? Do you know how many it was?
I'm having trouble hearing your voice. Can you turn yourself up a little more?
Yes. How many presets did you design?
I think it'd be about 20, 21.
Got it. Okay. And that's included in the pack, in the product itself.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and stop sharing so you could share your screen again. There you go.
Okay. Okay.
And showcase some of your presets. I mean, I know there's a lot of variation that you were able to put together.
Okay, so this one emulates the sound Stevie Wonder got on one of his records. Let's check out. So I was talking about a neglected, old, beat-up roads. Here's one that takes advantage of some of those characters that you can add using the advanced settings here. So this one has. Let me see here. What did I do to this one? So I added a bunch of tine noise. That's almost to 9 decibels there. The damper noise is up as well. And the little pickup noise, little hiss whenever it's playing. But I've got the gate turned on here. So here's constant hiss. I don't know if you can hear that on the stream. And then here's it's gated, so it's only when you play a note. And yeah, let's hear it. Cool. You see that damper duration is turned up too. So the release is longer. These felts, if you could see the real instrument, the virtual instrument, are pretty beat up or non-existent. Let's go to another sound here, tall glass. It's another preset. Okay, so this one, got some vibrato turned on. This is the suitcase model. This is something I typically do when I'm playing live. I'll turn the bass down, not to compete on the front panel here on the preamp. I'll turn it all the way down, so I'm not competing with the bass player in the band. Got the vibrato turned on, intensity about 4, speed about 6, 7. Nice charmy effect here. So I was talking about the relationship between the dynamics in the advanced panel here and the tine noise and the damper noise. For this particular patch, it was really cool to be able to increase the quiet key presses, which by lowering the dynamics. I think it defaults at 50 or something, so now we're down to 30, which means the dynamics are going to be more consistent. There's not as much variation. Also, if I play quietly, it's still going to be a little bit louder. However, it doesn't change the tone. It's still that quiet tone, but the actual decibel volume is still up louder. Which is cool because tine noise and damper noise is affected by how loud you play, but by how hard you hit the note. So I've increased tine noise and damper noise quite a bit. Mostly tine noise, it looks like, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so when you play the chimey stuff up high, it's got a nice sparkle to it. So those little tricks, these unorthodox supernatural features of the Rhodes, because this is modeled and not samples, allows a lot of tricks that you can do that you couldn't do with a real Rhodes, which is something I really love about it. I think it's a main selling point for this instrument. Also, the effects. All these effects, this effects rig that Arturia includes is pretty awesome too. I mean, I've spent a lot of money buying effects pedals for Rhodes over the years, and then I end up leaving half of them home because it's a pain to bring them all out. So, but it's pretty cool to just be able to stack effects pedals here. Let me show you a couple of patches that have some of them. Like I think this one has a bunch. Yep.
There's 14 effects, to my understanding. There's 14 effects to choose from in each of the 4 inserts.
Yeah, that's a few. Okay, I'm getting some, apparently effects adds. Let me see if I can just play this one from the audio. Okay, I'm having some hiccups with this computer. Let's pick another one. Let's see here.
Ah, and here we're using the Rev Plate 140 reverb that comes in our effects collection on this one. One of my favorite reverbs.
I thought this was the French word for velvet, but apparently this patch is Old French, like 1,000 years ago. So I was corrected by the fine French Parisian folks at Oturia that that's actually not velvet. So, but it's fine. It'll be an old French velvet patch. So for this one, I decreased the hammer hardness, so it's more like felt, more like yeah, like felt hammers. If I increase it here, you'll hear it'll sound more like a regular Rhodes, I think. But I think I back this down to 0.3. Now it's real smooth. What else did we do to this one? Oh, okay. So this one also has a bunch of extra damper noise and tine noise. But I didn't want that to be as prevalent when you play softly. You wouldn't be able to be really delicate with this sound. So I increased the dynamics to 55, which is greater than the default, so you could still get really delicate without that tine and damper noise being too in your face. How's that? Are we good on?
Yeah, it sounds great. I mean, it sounds incredible. Let's go ahead and jump into the Q&A. I think, unless there's anything else you'd like to play on your presets, but you've gone through quite a few of them.
Yeah. You know, how about let me just play one or two more, and then I'll give you the screen again. Here.
Okay.
So here, this is cool. This uses the, it's like a Leslie effect that you guys put in there. Let me see here. There we go. You can see the rotary speaker.
Ah.
Cool.
Cool.
That's named after Charlie Hunter, the 8-string guitarist that uses a Leslie effect on his guitar. Here is My favorite patch, we'll end with that one, yeah. Marvin. No reason why it's named Marvin, but it's got, let's see. One of the main features is this stereo pan, and then this analog phaser, which is adding a little detunation to the sound. So it gives it a lot of character. Let's hear it. Actually, I'll play it here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this computer, man.
Well, it's a MacBook Air. It's my MacBook Air, so I apologize.
It's definitely a lightweight computer.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you back the reins.
Yeah, please, please, please. Let's go ahead and jump into the Q&A. Let me go ahead and screen share my system here and show what, let me go ahead and switch this back. Now, just to show you the velocity curves, once again, you can go back to linear and go back to where you were, which is what I just did. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. Anybody have any questions? Please go ahead and feel free. Let's go ahead and jump into it, see how many questions we got for this session. Again, this is a January 10th. You get half off of the V Collection 8, which this is included inside of up until January 10th. So please go ahead and try that out. Let's see here. What is the suitcase panel effect, vibrato or tremolo? Well, the Rhodes vibrato is actually a stereo tremolo. So we directed we decided to keep the vibrato name on the instrument, but the tremolo is at the bottom toolbar. Okay, so it's a little bit of a variation. Anyone got any tips on getting a White Boy Alive style sound on the Stage 73? You know what that is, Dennis?
I didn't hear it.
A White Boy Alive style sound on Stage 73. Do you know what that is?
I still having a hard time hearing you.
Oh. If you can hear me now, I mean, it's just a style of sound, I guess, called Whitest Boy Alive style sound. I don't know what that is.
Is that a band?
I don't know. It might be a band, but I have no idea.
About me?
Is this running on an Apple M1 chipset yet? It is running, but not yet optimized for M1 chips. Again, this is Dennis is on a MacBook Air at the moment, yeah, I think that's as many questions we have. I believe I'll wait a second to see if there's anything else that comes. I mean, it's a pretty self-explanatory instrument, right? I mean, it's got a lot of advanced panels. a lot of advanced parameters. But it's pretty straightforward in what all the things that you can do with it. So I'm just gonna check one more time. I think that's about it. So yeah, Dennis, thank you so much. I'll go ahead and set this back to advanced, or to the actual stage look in my Logic. Yeah, if you want to take us out with some playing.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's see here. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Really appreciate it. Cool. Well, Dennis, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Everyone have a great day, great night, wherever you are. E. Martinez here, Dennis Hamm, signing off. Go check out the Stage 73 V2.